CMSportsNet is made possible by Genova's To Go.
Happy Friday. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the CMSportsNet Game of the Week. We've got Century and Liberty in the Carroll County boys basketball matchup. I'm Pat Stetzer. Joining me tonight, a celebrity in these parts, former South Carroll head coach Doug Goff. Doug, thanks for joining us tonight on the broadcast.
Oh, appreciate it. We're excited to have the invite.
Me too. And look, I'm going to intro this game and just tell you it's Century and Liberty. He's been through a lot of these. He got to watch someone his son played. He coached against both these programs. It doesn't get much better in the county when Century and Liberty play each other.
No, it's a lot of fun. You get the packed house, you get the local rivalry, you get the community come watching. Yeah, you can't ask for anything better.
Yeah, and some quick thoughts, too, from you. Obviously, your son played here in this rivalry. You got to watch a couple of these as well. I ask both coaches, we're going to hear that from them in a second. The most important thing for them is what team's going to come out the most calm, because they got to really calm your nerves in a game like this. Is that important?
Yeah, I think both teams are pretty good at that. Okay. You know, Georgia's been around the block a long time. New coach here at Liberty, so maybe their team might have to figure out, what type of energy they want to bring with that. But he's been a part of the program.
Exactly.
So I expect both teams to be totally non-nervous for the game, but excited and expect a really good game.
Me too. Don't go away. We're going to have some more pregame coverage for you after this quick break. There's plenty more here from the CM Sportsnet Game of the Week. Stay with us.
Hungry? Genova's To Go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's To Go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's To Go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's To Go. Genova's To Go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg for lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's To Go.
Welcome back to the CM Sportsnet Game of the Week. Pat Stetzer and Doug Goff ready to watch Century and Liberty in the Carroll County Athletic League boys basketball clash. Let's go ahead and introduce this matchup. The Knights were 12-5 overall, 6-4 in county play. They've won 5 of their last 6. But here's a crazy stat, Doug, that I was talking about earlier. 4 of their 5 losses have come by a combined 11 points. I mean, that means they're in a lot of games, and they're that close to being victories. Liberty's 10-6 overall. They're also 6-4 against county teams. The Lions have lost, though, 4 out of 7, and that includes a 3-point loss against South Carroll on Wednesday. So 2 teams that know each other very well, and 2 teams that may not be in the county championship race, but they definitely want to beat each other in their first matchup.
Oh, yeah. They're not looking at the records tonight. They're playing for rivalry. They're playing to get ready for the playoffs. I think both teams are going to have a high intensity for this game.
Time to look at some of the team stats ahead of tonight's matchup. Again, Century and Liberty. Jim filling up here in Eldersburg. Players to watch first: Ben Chenoweth for Century, Alex Thompson for Liberty. Chenoweth, we'll talk about him as it goes on a little bit there, Coach, but he's coming back from injury and things like that. Here's to take a look at those team stats. We mentioned the records, and we see how close Liberty keeps their games. Century's had a little bit of a better advantage of their wins, but those close losses have got to really, stick in George Wonder's craw. You got to try to win a couple of those, and they'd be sitting at a much better county record right now. But, hey, 2 winning teams, 2 winning team records. Here's that matchup we talked about, and you're excited to see Chenoweth for the first time
I am.
this year.
I've seen him obviously play a lot last
Sure.
year and coming up, but this year with the games that I saw Century play, he was already out, so
Right.
I'm excited to see him.
Yeah, same here. He's been coming back a little bit. I think George, you telling me he's about 60-70%, trying to get him ready for the playoffs, like you said. Well, we caught up with both coaches ahead of tonight's game. First up is Knights coach George Wonder, who certainly knows a thing or two about this Century Liberty rivalry. Coach, you've been in a lot of Century Liberty games. This will be the first one for this year. And I've told you, I've asked you this before, but can you describe the atmosphere of that game? Because these guys know each other so well. The fan base know each other so well. It's special.
Yeah, it's definitely, I think, the highlight of the year, for a lot of reasons. Obviously, the kids know each other, growing up in this community, but everyone comes out and watch that game. You see faces from 20 years ago who just want to come watch that Century Liberty game, and the environment's great. Kids play hard. It's a great rival, and looking forward to another great opportunity on Friday.
What do you want to see out of your guys here in the last few weeks of the regular season as we get ready for the playoffs? They've been competing a lot of nights. I know you've had some tough, close losses during the season. Just what do you want to see out of your guys the rest of the way to end as strong as you can?
Yeah, I think you just said it. I think we want to compete. We want to compete every night. Obviously the goal is to be playing our basketball as the playoffs is right around the corner here in 3 weeks. So, just trying to get a little bit better. We got some guys back, so the chemistry is important, and just kind of gelling and just trying to play together over these next 3 weeks so we head into the playoffs, it's a strong unit.
You've had a lot of guys play well this year, but getting a guy like Ben Chenoweth back from injury, I know you're kind of slowly getting him back into the fold. It's got to be a big boost to him and also to the rest of the guys. I feel like you can be at full strength here soon and see what you can do.
Yeah, I think it's huge. Ben allows us to score from different places in the court. We're not strictly a shooting team, so we get inside. Ben does a good job posting up. We shoot from the outside. He definitely can take it off the dribble, and he opens up some other guys just by the type of player he is. So he definitely helps our offense.
One last thing about the Liberty Century game. Does it help the team that can sort of be as calm as possible in the beginning? Because everybody's excited about that game always, every time you play it. Do you preach to the guys, and you could probably think back to previous years, don't get too excited about this. Play our game early and we can get ourselves settled in.
I feel like I say that every year, but I don't think it matters. It's one of those games where you just never know what you're going to get in the first couple minutes.
Yep.
On both sides. I've been through a lot of them, obviously, and all of them, I guess.
Yeah.
And,
yep, all of them.
But there's so much intensity and there's some nerves to it, and usually after the first couple minutes, both teams settle down, and it's a really good game.
Thanks to Coach Wonder for some of his time this week, and now over to Liberty coach George Sennett. And the Lions get set for tonight's game. His first as head coach of this rivalry, but again, one he knows very well. Coach, you had been on the bench for a lot of Liberty Century games, both sides. Now you get to do one as the head coach. We're still a few days away. What are the emotions about that game? What makes that game so intense and so competitive and so much fun to watch?
Right. For me, it's about the boys playing. Have them have a good experience. It's great for them. They're playing against their friends that they've had for years. For me, it's just, like you said, it's maintaining my emotions through it. Which is going to be the hard part for me. But hopefully I'll manage, and we'll play them tough. It's going to be a great game regardless. So that's what we always look forward to, is a great game. And as I've told a lot of people now that they're not in our region, there's a little bit of pressure off, but
sure.
Just for them to enjoy the atmosphere of it, and it's the best game of the year for everybody.
I was going to say, this county's tough all across the board. What about Century makes them so tough to guard against? Okay.
The way they shoot the basketball. That comes back, and now they got Ben back. So with Ben back, that adds a little bit of an inside presence. Tommy gives them that as well. But if they get hot, jump shooting teams, if they get hot, we're in trouble. So we have to really, defend against the perimeter shot. That's, for us, that's going to be the key.
You've had plenty of nights this year where you guys have shot the ball well too. Yeah. What have you liked the most about these guys? How they've gelled from the beginning of the season to now? What's impressed you the most? As your first year here as the head coach?
My team, the way they battle. We've gotten into this little groove where we get down 10, 12 points in the first quarter, and then we just keep battling, and we battle. That's what's been impressive the most with these guys, is that they just keep coming at the opposition, which is great for a coach, because when you don't have to coach effort, that's a great thing. So we haven't had to do that this year. That they give the effort. We just now have to add the execution to avoid those lapses.
Is the team that kind of comes into the Century Liberty game the most calm early on, the one that's got a good chance because you can kind of calm the emotions down?
Well,
it's hard to, I know it's easier said than done.
Yeah, easier said than done. And plus, we've had quite a few situations where, like last year's playoff game, we jumped up and came back in the second quarter. So really, it's always about finishing in that second half. Who's on the floor? Is that, what's the foul issues like? And again, where we're at, and not turning the ball over, and again, guarding their perimeter shot. Don't let them get hot, and then go from there. But I think you take records and everything out the window at this game. Crazy things have happened in this series, so it's always nice to be a part of it.
Thanks to Coach George Sennett and Liberty for their time. Look, these teams, as we know, Doug, very familiar with one another. Last season, they faced off 3 times. The third game took place in the regional playoffs. I know you were there. I think I was there. Let's look back and see how that one went down. Round 3 between Century and Liberty took place on Thursday, March 2nd, with the Class 2A West Region 1 boys basketball title on the line in Eldersburg, in front of a capacity crowd inside the Lions Gymnasium. it's the Lions who start strong. They're out to a 12-7 lead before Cole Jernigan spots up for a three that swishes the net. Liberty leads Century by 8 points. The Knights start cold, but pick it up here when Jackson Smith knocks down a tray. But Liberty closes the quarter up 22-10 thanks to Tyler Downs' fadeaway jumper. Century finds themselves down by 17 points early in the second quarter, but the rest of the half belongs to the Knights. Andrew Marcinko helps his team go on a huge run, and that includes his first three-pointer of the contest. Marcinko scores off the inbounds play, and it's 32-28 with 2:10 to go in the first half. Century ends the quarter on a 26-7 run and leads 36-34 when Smith drains another free ball. Another classic in the making between the Knights and Lions. Peyton Conrad scores on a nice drive to the hoop, and Century leads 42-39 midway through the third. But Liberty has an answer at the other end, and Jernigan connects on another three-pointer. We're tied at 42-42. After a missed free throw, Jake Winkles gets the ball near midcourt and does the rest to give Century a 1-point lead. It didn't feel like it at the time, but the Knights aren't going to have another lead the rest of the way. Century goes cold and Liberty connects on 4 free throws down the stretch. 2 here from Jernigan to lead by 3 with 1 quarter to play. And what a fourth quarter for Liberty. Downs drains a 3 early, and the Lions' lead is 50-44. The Knights' offense is off kilter, and Liberty is poised to run away with this one. Jernigan gets the ball after a Phil Sackett rebound and goes to the hole for a 3-point play. The Lions are up by 8, 56-48. Downs takes over with 13 points in the fourth quarter, and when he scores here, Liberty has a 12-point lead with less than 3 minutes to go. Liberty outscores Century 26-12 in the final frame and wins 73-56 to repeat as regional champs. Tyler Downs leads the way with 26 points. Cole Jernigan scores 14, and Derek Goff adds 9 for the Lions, who win their 4th in a row and raise their record to 19-5. Andrew Marcinko leads Century with 16 points, and Ben Chenoweth adds 14, but the Knights see their season come to an end at 17-7. I know you were there, Coach, as a proud dad. Watch that game in the gym. The atmosphere of this series is crazy. It always has been. But when you get to watch them in a playoff game, it takes it to another level.
Well, yeah, to me, it's all about the playoffs and trying to get there when it's a win or lose and go home if you lose and get to cut down the nets maybe. And that's always the goal. So watching my son get to do it, I got lucky enough to do it a couple times. It was awesome. And my daughter, too. My daughter got to do it.
And to play against these guys playing each other for the right to do that, it just makes it that much more cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some recent Carroll County Athletic League boys results. South Carroll got past Liberty on Wednesday night. You see Man Valley beating Key there. Century got the win over Westminster, and South Carroll also got a victory over FSK. To get us to this point, the updated Carroll County Athletic League boys basketball standings. Here's the scenario here. Manchester Valley has finished their county schedule. They've clinched at least a share of their first ever county championship. Now, winners know can still get it, provided they beat Westminster and South Carroll in the coming weeks. So it could be a two-way tie, or Man Valley can get it all by themselves. So congratulations to Chris Wonder and the Mavericks. Whatever happens, I believe they are going to be at least co-champs for the first time ever in Manchester. Something you guys know, you know that feeling as well. I mean, you play these games and try to win a county championship, then go well in the playoffs, and the first mission accomplished for Man Valley. Absolutely. Congratulations to him, by the way, because, when you take over a team that's never done it, they don't believe they can do it. Right. And, you grind and grind and grind and try to get close and take over the teams that were up there. So the fact that he's getting a part of that, congratulations to him. Yeah, no doubt about it. We're getting closer to tip-off now. Let's take a look at the starting lineups, and we're going to start with Century High School. Jackson Smith, Peyton Conrad, the sophomore Nathan Brown has come on. Chenoweth, there he is. He's played 9 games so far, 13.1 points per game. Conrad second in the CCAL with assists at 4.5. He sort of makes the offense go. They got 3 guys that can score double figures, and they just brought back one of the top scorers in the county. So they're trying to get hot at the right time at the end of the year. Now for Liberty starting 5, you're going to see Aaron Ball, Alex Thompson, Jaden Zumbrun, the junior, Cole Jernigan, who was potentially going to miss a game with illness. He's back. He leads the county in scoring right now. Thompson in the top 5 as well. Jernigan also leads the county in assists at 4.9. And Tristan West averaging a double-double right now with 12 points and 10 rebounds. Doug, before we came on the air, I asked you your keys to the game, and I think you got them memorized. So if you're Century, how do you win this game tonight?
I think Century has to keep, Liberty out of the paint, keep them off the foul line. Liberty likes to play inside out. They want to pound it into their bigs, and then if you take that away, then maybe go outside. Where on the other end, Georgia's, more willing to take that three, and you're going to have to take that away for then Georgia to go to the foul line. But I think whoever goes to the foul line more is going to have a big advantage here.
And how about Liberty? Their size going to play a factor, you think, tonight in the game if they want to win the game?
They're going to try. They're going to try to force their will on them with their post and try to force it in. I'm sure Georgia's going to try to front the post and play backside behind it. It's going to be interesting to see who can pull off the better strategy there.
We have some more recent highlights to show you real quick here when South Carroll faced Liberty earlier this week in a big county matchup. Went right down to the final minutes. Let's go ahead and take a look.
South Carroll traveled to take on Liberty on Wednesday, February 7th for a Carroll County Athletic League boys basketball game as the Cavaliers tried to beat the Lions for a second time this season. Tristan West comes up with a block for Liberty as the defenses settle in. Benson Sommerfeld with a layup here, and the Cavaliers are down 12-8. Owen Kesey's slash to the hoop gives the Cavs 2 more points, but Liberty leads 17-11 after 1. Nate Houston dials up a 3-pointer, and the Cavaliers are down by 2 early in the second quarter. Christian Zarco takes it to the rack and scores, and the Lions lead 30-24 with less than 3 minutes to go in the half. Walker Foulble's steal leads to a layup from Peter Borgens, and South Carroll is right back in it. And at halftime, the Cavaliers lead the Lions 32-31. Jaden Zumbrun gives Liberty a lift with this wild drive to the bucket. That gives the Lions a 35-32 edge. After several lead changes in the third quarter, it's 43-43 with 8 minutes to play. Foulble gets into the lane and scores with a runner. South Carroll has a 4-point lead. Zarco gets it to go and draws a foul for Liberty. It's 51 all after a 6-0 Lions run. The big man steps out for a 3, and West delivers. Liberty leads 55-53. Coming out of a timeout, it's Cole Jernigan to West for 2 here. Lions 57, Cavs 53. South Carroll is not done. Ian Straley dreams a huge 3-pointer, and it's 57-56 with under a minute to go. After a Lions turnover, the Cavaliers strike. Straley from 16 feet away, and his shot is pure. South Carroll 58, Liberty 57. Liberty gets one more chance to tie in the final seconds, but the 3-pointer is off the mark, and the Cavaliers hang on. Final score is South Carroll 60.
Getting fun now, Doug.
Oh, yeah. You start feeling it.
The gyms are getting filled. Both student sections are pumped up here. Liberty's got their white out. Century's in all black. I'm looking across the gym here. Starting lineups being announced on the court. And, again, to me, it feels like the team that can kind of calm the nerves early has an advantage, but both these guys know how to do that already. And obviously, they know everybody has already been in one of these games at least once, whether it's JV or varsity. So they know what to expect here.
Absolutely. And you can go back to last year. One team get a big lead, they're not out of it. They'll know. They'll keep grinding.
Absolutely. That playoff game was crazy. They played 3 times last year, Century and Liberty. The regular season games were both decided by a combined 6 points. And then, of course, Liberty won its second straight regional title. The Lions were trying to defend the county title this year. Wasn't meant to be, but like Doug said earlier in the broadcast, plenty of basketball still to be played and a lot more to be decided. Regional playoff seeds, the Lions playing 1A this year. And this game's going to go a long way to see who can have a home game in the playoffs, at least for a round or 2.
Absolutely. I forgot. I knew, but I forgot they're not going to play each other in the playoffs. So
it feels like they should.
It's a little bit different.
Yeah, yep. Feels like we're at primetime college hoops here. Lights go out at announcements. All you're missing was a smoke machine. And we're about ready for tip-off here. Pat Stetzer and Doug Goff on the CMSportsNet Game of the Week. First time for this year for Liberty and Century. The snow sort of got the schedule rearranged. They were supposed to have already played once. This is round 1 in Eldersburg. The Lions Den, round 2 coming up at the Castle down the street. And we're about ready to tip off. It looks like Ben Chenoweth and Tristan West. I'm looking forward to it.
Both teams playing a little safe here. Safe tip.
And the tip goes to Century. Chenoweth has his hands on it. Barron at the top of the key. Knocked away by Jernigan. There's Jackson Smith to Peyton Conrad. And the first turnover of the game. And Liberty comes the other way. Jernigan on into the lane. Going to be a foul on the floor.
And he gets to the rim, man.
He gets to the rim with the best of
them.
downhill.
He's downhill. It's hard to stop that.
Absolutely.
Part of what we talked about before the game. Can we keep him off the foul line? That one's going to be taken out underneath, though.
Inbound to Thompson. Thompson right along the baseline. Takes it right to Chenoweth and scores. Alex Thompson, we mentioned his name, one of the top scorers in Carroll County. A little bit of a down game the other night against South Carroll. And there's Chenoweth right to the basket. Got West off the dribble, and it's 2-2. Jernigan does it again, dumps it off to West. Easy bucket. Another assist for one of the county's leaders.
You have to try to figure out a way to keep him out the paint.
Absolutely. What's the most important? Well, the first 2 minutes here are pretty important just to sort of establish yourselves. Like you said, you can make comebacks and things like that in this series, but I feel like the team that can settle itself in early is going to have a little bit of an advantage here.
I agree.
Chenoweth, that shot went a little bit long, and Liberty gets the rebound. Still man defense, coach, on both sides.
You're not going to see anything but man from Coach Wander. Liberty might mix it up.
That was Aaron Bald on the defense there. Excuse me, Nick Barron on the defense there, and a turnover for Century. (4-2) Liberty. And Bald brings it down. Oh, knocked off the knee. Century's ball. Century's defense is tough. Liberty's is too, but going to see some good defensive efforts here tonight from both
absolutely.
squads.
Team defense too. Well, even watch off the ball. Guys know what they're doing. They're in the right spots.
There's Barron across midcourt. This is Nate Brown. And he got a little bit up under the basket, I think, there. Either way, it's coming the other way for Liberty. West had Thompson for a second. Now we'll bring it back out. Jernigan. Right into the lane and count it.
I think that's 3 times already this game, Pat. He's been getting to the rim.
That's his game. That's his game.
I'll probably see George make some type of adjustment there to slide to help a little earlier.
The foul was on number 3. There's no number 3 out there, so I don't know who the foul was on. But
yeah.
it was 3. My bad. Yep. Nate Brown. I'm looking at the wrong side. It was Nate Brown. 3-point play, 7-2 Liberty. I'll get it right here at some point between these two. Barron will take a three and swish it.
He's a good player. I didn't really recognize him too much. I think he was on JV last year, but the games I watched, he's a versatile guy.
Yep.
Has a little size, can do a little bit of everything. Really nice player.
They liked what he was doing in the summer league as well. They thought he might do something at the varsity level, and he has so far. And there's Jernigan again. He could have taken it himself there.
Yeah.
Instead, it's West off the glass. West has 4. Jernigan has 3. 9-5 Liberty. That's going to be tough to beat if Century doesn't make an adjustment to West underneath.
It's all on Jernigan getting in there, causing the help to come.
Correct. There's Jackson Smith.
That's a nice take.
It was a good take. Jackson Smith's first points of the game. Mentioned Brown, sophomore, came up midway through the season and worked into a starting position for Century. That three from Bald was third of the way down, no good. Rims out, Conrad. Quick pass to Barron, a little too long. Brady Bergen coming in for Liberty. And a sub for Century as well. It's number 5, Jacob Summers. (9-7), 4.5 minutes to go. Opening quarter, CMSportsNet Game of the Week. They're standing in the doorways here at Liberty. Always a good, fun game to watch, and so far, so good. Knocked out of bounds by Century.
Teams are really pressuring the ball. Only 1 3-point shot attempted so far, making teams really drive it to the basket.
And the way Jernigan can get there, although Century's done the same, gotten to the hoop. So both teams, you're right, have definitely attacked the opposing team's defense. 10 to shoot. Poked away for a second. West has it again. Poked away almost again. Yep, and I call foul on Chenoweth. He was being feisty there a little bit, trying to get that steal.
Loose ball, sometimes that's the worst thing you can do.
Yes.
Go after a loose ball, you get fouls, give up easy baskets when you don't get them.
You reach around like that, try to get it, yeah. So it'll be a fresh 30 for Liberty. First foul on Chenoweth. It's knocked away by Barron. Thompson keeps it, swatted away by Barron. Nice defense by Nick Barron, number 10 for Century. Still Liberty's ball. 21 on the shot clock, so plenty of time. Halfway through the first quarter here in Eldersburg. And Liberty gets it in. Thompson tried the baseline. Conrad tight on him. This is Bald now. He gets by. Brown didn't want to get that second foul. West, the rebound, puts it back in. He won that battle with Chenoweth.
He's a force. He's a big body. It's hard to get around him. He has soft hands when he tries to finish.
11-7 in favor of Liberty. Chenoweth out to Barron. They're going to get a reach in there. Jernigan coming back in. Christian Zarco in now for Liberty, number 2. Had a nice game against South Carroll on Wednesday. Came up a little bit short in that game. South Carroll erased a late deficit in the final minute and change. Won the game. Ian Straley with a big three-pointer and then a shot from the free-throw line, and South Carroll won by 3. That effectively knocked Liberty out of the county championship chase with that loss. But like Doug and I said, this game means a lot to both these teams, so expect a lot of intensity tonight as Jackson Smith's shot goes off the back of the rim and Liberty the other way. Zumbrin to Zarco, now down to West. Nice pass to Bergen. Nobody there. Zumbrin scores off the glass.
Liberty has a bunch of subs in already.
An advantage Liberty so far with getting to the basket. You're right. They put a couple subs in.
Right. We'll see if that, wears on Century starters, keeping them fresh.
Indeed. And Ryan Matthews is coming in now for Century. That was Chenoweth trying to get it to the basket, and West with a block. And here comes 6'8" junior forward Ethan Hart, number 22. Always good to see him in the game. You gotta like to have a 6'8".
You don't say that too much in Carroll County, right?
No, you don't. No, you don't. He looks every bit of it too. A big guy. So Liberty up 6 here early. First quarter, Smith through the lane. He's going to draw contact. And he was shooting, so Smith will go to the line for 2. Jackson Smith, one of the top scorers in Carroll County as well, averaging more than 11 points a game. Good three-point shooter for George Wonder. Just reminds me of a Century player. Plays hard, he hustles for you. That's what George seems to get a lot of guys like that.
And they can shoot the ball.
And coaches them up really well.
Always have. You got to play George Wonder. They're going to have guys that are scrappy and tough and play good defense, and they're going to have some shooters.
Yep. Daniel Riley checking in for Century. Jackson Smith missed the first free throw. He'll have a second one here with 2:25 to go in the first quarter. 0 for 2 is Smith, and it remains 13-7. Jernigan gets into the lane again. And he'll go to the free throw line this time. A foul called there on Smith, I believe. That's his second. So fouls may be mounting up a little bit here early on as Cole Jernigan goes to the free throw line for 2. Short on the first one.
Talked about trying to have a strategy to keep him out of the lane, but easier said than done. That guy goes downhill pretty hard.
And against anybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I think Century's in the lane. I think Daniel Riley stepped in. Let's see what they call.
Yeah, I think his foot jumped in right before he shot it.
That doesn't count. We shoot again, right?
Yep.
He had missed that free throw, but gets a null and void there, so Jernigan gets another try. And he sinks that one. So a 7-point advantage, 14-7. 2:15 to go, first quarter. Probably don't pick your dribble up in front of your own bench there, but Conrad noticed it, came back. Hard pick set there by Ryan Matthews. He gives Century some size for sure and some athleticism. Looks like they're going to need it the rest of this game. Here's Barron with 10 to shoot. Steal by Jernigan. He makes it tough. And a timeout, George Wonder. 16-7 for Liberty.
It's a nice start for the home team there.
Absolutely.
Get a little lead, get a little momentum, get the crowd into it a little bit.
30-second timeout for Century. And initial impressions are that Liberty's dominating this game inside.
Well,
their ability to get inside.
Their ability to get the ball to the rack and get it inside within 3-4 feet, puts a lot of pressure when you have the size advantage. George called timeout. Doesn't surprise me. He's not going to let that momentum keep going. He'll make some adjustments.
23 years at Century, 22 varsity. I think coached the JV team that first year way back in, 2001 or 2002.
You're aging me.
I was here for it. You were around for it. We're both getting up there, but he's done a heck of a job. I think I saw on social media this is his 17th straight non-losing season. That's pretty impressive.
Very impressive, very impressive.
And I think you and I we're not telling tales out of school that there have been some years where they didn't have the best team in the county, but they got the most out of them. 196 and 67 all time in county play going into this game.
He did an excellent job. Hopefully people recognize it. Outside come in. They might see 1 year here, 1 year there.
Sure.
He's consistent. Gets it done every year, like you said, with different people, different kids. Year after year, they just rebuild.
No doubt. This is Barron in front of Liberty's bench for 3. No good, but he gets his own rebound. Oh, he stepped on the baseline. Yep. A little unlucky for Century. Nice hustle by Barron. He stepped on the line out of bounds. It'll be Liberty's ball. Yeah, that's not easy to do. As someone who coached for a long time, you're going to have good teams. I know you got a team that went to the state championship level. George did that as well, but to consistently compete for county titles and regional titles, you know you got something good when you got a coach like that.
Oh, absolutely.
So Liberty with a 9-point lead. First quarter has gone the Lions' way. That's Zarko. Long Karam comes back to him. Long pass cross court. There's Hart. Underneath. He doesn't get it to go, but he does get fouled. And Hart will go to the line for 2. So right away, Liberty's size and ability to get to the basket is causing Century a lot of problems.
It does. It causes more than what you initially see sometimes, too, because now you can't really help off that 6'8" guy, so you don't get to the outside guy as well, because if you do help off him, you can't get back and rotate a small guard to him. So it changes the whole strategy of the game when you have a guy like that.
Yeah. Century might have an edge sometimes on the perimeter, but right now the edge inside has gone to Liberty as Hart makes that first free throw, and it's a 10-point lead for Liberty with 1:12 to go in the first quarter. Nice rebound by Riley on the missed shot. 70 seconds left in the opening frame. Brown, Conrad. Turnaround jumper, Peyton Conrad, nice job.
Got himself balanced in the paint there, drove in, stayed under control, made a good decision.
Travel. Yeah, it took a little slide.
Little hop there. It was hard to tell. Sometimes it's really hard to tell if that was like an extra 1-2 for them on both at the same time. They usually don't call it.
Good job by the officials there.
Yeah, I think it was the right call.
Nice shot, too, when it did not count for the travel. And 45 seconds to go. Century trying to cut into Liberty's lead here at 17-9. And they're going to call that one, too. Chenoweth might have slid a little bit there on the baseline. George Warner disagrees, but they're going to let it go.
I didn't have a good angle.
Me neither. We're up here, right? They're down there. If you were on the sideline, you'd have a good angle. I know that. 30 seconds left, opening quarter. Both student sections rooting on their squads and maybe also poking fun at each other a little bit, as is wont to happen here at Liberty Century. West dishes to Zarko down the lane. Nice hands by West. Nice finish by Zarko. Chenoweth finally gets to the glass. 3 seconds. Zarko. Good if it goes. A little long. So Century scored the last points of the quarter, but after 1 quarter of play, Liberty leads 19-11 over Century in a quarter that I think was told the tale that Liberty's going to the basket with pretty much ease of access to get to the hoop.
And it feels like they're like totally in control of the game. You look at the clock, though; they're really only up 8 points, and that's kind of what Century can do. And you talk about them not having big losses and the deficits are always tight. Even when maybe the shots aren't going well or they're giving up something, they hang around. They hang around and they keep in the game until they get a little run stretch and they'll be right back in it.
Yep. See George Lunder there talking over in the sideline. They all know on that side that obviously they don't want to be down 8, but they know it's far from over here between Liberty and Century.
Yeah, I don't think George's worried about that score right now.
I don't think he is either. Neither is George Sinnott, who's up by 9 here. Up by 8, in the first quarter. And a good first 8 minutes of Liberty basketball. Think you have to change all that much if you're Liberty here in the second quarter.
Nope. Until George makes an adjustment, I'd keep doing the same thing.
And
we'll
they could.
He does.
Exactly, yeah.
Very interesting to me the way it's going, wondering how it was going to work. He seems like Century's choosing to play behind the post, probably because of the size and one of the mismatches on the switches, but they're playing behind the post, allowing him to throw it in, but I think he's probably going to try to stop him from driving it in.
Yeah, and you're not going to, like you mentioned a minute ago, you're not going to see Century do anything crazy zone because you can't have those openings on the defense, I would think. You're just going to try to keep playing that man defense and shut off the lanes if you can, right?
I don't think George would ever play zone. I think he's anti.
Okay. He doesn't know the word, is what you're saying. Second quarter underway. Here's West. Oh! Riley, I think, might have got him with the body. I know his hand was on the ball, but I know they didn't like that call.
I think he wanted a travel call. There was
is that what
that
he thought?
same kind of little hop.
Okay.
You know, they're close, though. Those little hops are hard to tell. But he had a side advantage in there, and he took advantage of it.
And he got him off his feet. So here's West for 2 at the free throw line. Good stroke from the young man.
Really soft touch for a big guy.
We've talked to Tristan this year. He's obviously had a good football season and went right into the basketball season and has been dominating on the post with a double-double this year so far.
And only a junior.
Only a junior. That one no good, but it's back to a 9-point edge, 20-11. Here's Chenoweth. And they're going to call Thompson for a reach in.
Didn't have to there either. He just kind of picked his dribble up and looking to pass.
First foul for Thompson, first foul for Liberty. Spot foul, so Century gets the ball into the basket. Trying to give it to Chenoweth, but instead it goes out to Barron. Guarded by Jernigan now.
Yeah, caught on a switch on that out-of-bounds play.
Nice. Oh, a little soft touch there by Barron, but West denies him, gets the rebound. Here comes Liberty. Jernigan for a 3. A little long. Nate Brown's got it. And the sophomore takes it in. Nice job by the 10th grader. Tight defense now by Century, too. Thompson for 3. That's long, and a rebound to Century. So 2 stops there for Century, back to back.
2 3-pointers that Liberty took their last 2 times down, and they kind of got off of what got them there, which was taking the ball to the basket. They settled for 2 threes. I think George will be, he'll be glad if Jernigan settles for a 3, doesn't attack the basket.
Sure.
The same thing with Thompson. They're both 2 guys that are good at attacking the basket. Wouldn't be surprised if Senate kind of reminds them.
Yes. in kind terms, right? The foul there by Liberty. Century going to keep the ball. It's 2 now on Jaden Zumbrin, number 12. So he's out. And Peyton Conrad directs the offense here. Nate Brown, a little short on the 3. Give the rebound to Bergen. And we'll see if Liberty goes back to what they were doing in the first quarter. Looks like they will.
Yep. That's his game right there.
Tough shot by Jernigan.
Coach Sinek might have whispered in the ear, hey, let's get back to what we do.
Now, what's the best way to try to defend something like that? I mean, you can't
like
really.
I said, it's not as easy as it sounds.
Yeah.
Talk about keeping him out of the paint.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
He actually can go both ways a little bit. He'll spin. To me, just top of my head, you have to help early. You got to help before he gets within 3-4 feet. Send the help out about 7-8 feet. Good luck, though. I mean,
good luck with all that.
Tough challenge.
3 attempts on that possession right there. Chenoweth's 3 was in and out, rattling in and out, and Liberty has the ball. Tough possession there. And here's Thompson. A little strong on that left hand. And Conrad's going to get fouled.
I've seen several games this year. Thompson, he finishes with his left hand just as good as he finishes with the right hand. It's pretty impressive with the young kids out there. Learn how to use both hands. That's a big advantage.
Absolutely. Zarco back in for Liberty. Jacob Summers coming back in for the Knights. Lions 22, Century 13. And they inbound it. Conrad will take it. Chenoweth. Much needed 3-pointer there. Ben Chenoweth, and a Liberty timeout.
I like that strategy, pulling Chenoweth out. He's a big, but he's real more of a slasher big. Have a guy like Tristan on him. You pull the big guy out, make him play on the 3-point line. Tristan has that ability. I like that. Instead of posting him up big on big, take advantage there if you can.
And so you make that shot, and now the next time down, the defense has to come out for you a little bit because they have to respect that 3, and then Chenoweth can get to the basket.
Right, and if your other guards drive, the big's not in there. He's out there. He's out of 3-point line guarding Chenoweth.
Right.
Nice strategy there by George.
22-16, Liberty leads here with 5:31 to go at the Lions Den. Good crowd. Students on their feet, non-students having a seat, and most of them, although there are still people standing in the wings, which is kind of a familiar sight here when these two teams play each other.
Well, they got new bleachers this year, you know.
They
They put steps in, and therefore that's less seating, so they're like crowded even more. But before, the bleachers didn't have official steps, so you just sat all the way across and scooted people over.
It does have like a place to sit on the bleacher, so going to be packed regardless.
Yes.
In this gym and down the street at Century. But yeah, you're right. Does make for a very cool, intense atmosphere. A little warm in the gym. Not too bad.
I always liked it warm in the gym.
And travel call on West. You preferred it warm when you were coaching?
I did, but the teams knew. They come to South Carroll that we weren't going to turn the heat off.
Yeah, I know.
We were going to have it heated up.
That's an old Coach Carnes trick that you and Coach Mahalko took from him, and then he took it back. Never mind the extra long court. You're going to make it hot in there as well, right?
Yeah.
Secrets. Shh, don't tell them the secrets of Winfield. So on the turnover, let's see if Century can chip away again. See, there it is.
I like it.
There's Chenoweth. Oh, nice job by Brown. Or, excuse me, Summers. Got to have that one on the end of it, though. Good rebound, though, by Summers. Nice pass inside. And a good trip away by Barron. Back-to-back good defensive plays there. Ball stays with the Lions with 5 minutes to go, 4:59 to be exact, until halftime. Bergen dished it off to Thompson. Barron makes the steal.
Nice hands there.
A little out of control, then he backs it out. Chenoweth guarded by West again up top. Barron, he'll take a three, and he'll swish it.
Momentum's changing here.
And it's changed a little bit in the last 90 seconds. 22-19. Thompson. Into West. Nice play. No shot was to be had. Zarko will take a three. That's short. Big rebound by West.
Exactly. It was good defensive possession. It's hard to finish it with the rebound when you got bigs in there, but it was a good defensive possession overall.
Nice possession by Liberty and Central, like Coach said. But it results in a bucket for West. There's Peyton Conrad for three. He's got 5. 24-22. I think we're officially into Century Liberty now. 2024. Oh, West did a good job getting him off his feet.
Nice run by Century. Liberty goes back to what they need to, go back to the paint. Both coaches making adjustments here. I like it.
Conrad almost fell. Now Barron is pushed down. $11 points for West. 8 for Jernigan by my count. Leading the way for Liberty. 8 for Nick Barron. 7 for Chenoweth and 5 for Conrad as Ryan Matthews checks back in. And Chenoweth comes out for a rest.
One didn't seem like he wanted.
West as well, taking a breather. Here's Barron and Conrad. Zarko all over Conrad. Tried to kiss that off the glass, but pretty good job boxing out by Liberty. That was a tough shot. And Lions up 4. Bergen. Stays here with Liberty on that long rebound. This is Zumbrin. Oh, good job by Matthews. And they're going to call it travel because he rolled around. That was good hustle. Good hustle by both sides. A little unlucky for Matthews.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what they called. I was looking at the other ref. He just blew his whistle, but the guy out top called the travel.
They called it travel there. That was close. That was pretty close.
It's a fine line when if you're falling when you catch it or you have it and then you fail. It's a fine line there. Tough call for the official.
It was, and it's happening quick, right? So he didn't roll all the way over. Under 3 to go in the second quarter. Ooh, almost a steal, but Bald's got it. That was knocked out of bounds. No, it wasn't.
I think it was.
Let's see.
I don't know if they're going to talk to each other. Nope. Ball's inbounds now.
Ball's inbounds. I thought it was tipped away from up here, but
I'm pretty sure it was. They just missed it. It happened fast.
Sure. Either way, Century's got it.
Just got to keep playing. You can't harp on it.
Nope, can't harp on it, correct. Brown. Conrad, stolen pass by Zumbrin. Ahead to Bald. Zumbrin's got it now, and back out to Jernigan. Jernigan will take Brown. And draw the foul. Two fouls on Nate Brown as Cole Jernigan gets back to the free throw line. His team up 4. Offense has gone a little cold the last minute or so. It speaks to how good the defense has been on both sides.
Well, like you said, the high anticipation of the game. Guys use a lot of energy to get a little tired. We got some subs in the game.
Yep.
Jernigan did his nice job that time, penetrating away from the big, not into a crowded area. He went to, the big was on the left block. He went to the right block.
He knows he's going against a 10th grader too, and that's no knock on him, but just maybe a little bit of a more veteran move there by Cole Jernigan.
I don't think he cares who he's going against.
I don't think he does
trying
either.
To get to
I
the
think
rim.
you're right. He probably won't even know who he's going against. Right? Good observation by Doug. Go against you or me, it wouldn't matter. 28-22, Liberty. 2 minutes to go. Conrad really being guarded tight by Zarko. Conrad, nice drive, just a little short on the shot. So Zarko's done a good job on defense.
He has, and he put a lot of pressure, but he doesn't use his hands. So the official's like, I'm not going to call it if you're not reaching.
And once again, Cole Jernigan to the line. And draws a foul on Nick Barron. Hard to see from here.
Anytime the guy's hand comes down, it can be all ball. And
Sure.
officials got bad angles. They see that hand come down.
Sure. Some body in there, too. Jernigan short on the first free throw. Chenoweth's coming back in for Barron. Only his first foul.
West coming back in as well.
Yep. Michael Martin
They're
in there.
probably watching each other. They put him back in. I got to put you back in.
Yeah, it's a chess game, right? It's a little bit of a chess game. Michael Martin comes in for Liberty, too, one of the seniors.
Strong physical player.
Football player as well from Liberty.
Missed them both.
Jernigan uncharacteristically misses them both. Liberty does have physical. They've got a lot of physical guys on basketball as well. They weren't all football players. It's athleticism on display here on both sides.
Well, I know the football coach wanted Jernigan to play football.
Coach Booth wants everybody to play football. So Barron stayed in. No call there. Chenoweth off the mark. And I think that went off of Matthews. That's going to be Liberty's ball. And Jernigan coming out for a rest with 1:26
I think both
to go.
teams are trying to get to halftime, get a little breather.
I think you're right. It's been intense. We expected it. 28-22. 1:20 to go in the second quarter. West guarded by Matthews now. Passing it to Thompson. Thompson gets Barron off his feet.
Left-hand finish.
Nice job by Thompson. Only 4 for him so far, but it's back to an 8-point lead at 30-22. 1 minute to go. Conrad, cross pass to Barron. Let's dish off to Matthews, who almost got the layup to go. Foul by Mike Martin, and it'll be Matthews at the free throw line. Good job by Matthews to get in there. He knows what he's doing when he gets under the basket.
Conrad got in the paint, drew the help. Matthews knew right when his guy helped, he knew where to slide to be in a good position to get that rebound.
They just need more of that to kind of keep pace here because Liberty, for the most part of this half, has done a really good job going to the basket and finishing. Matthews' his first points of the night. 6'2" senior forward, gives them a lot of hustle and intensity. Grabs about 4.5 rebounds a game. Second one long though, 30-23. 50 seconds, less than 50 seconds to go.
A little flex action here by the Lions.
Ethan Hart back to West.
Down screen, back screen.
Yeah, trying to get Zarko Old Maryland play where they get that screen under the basket. Zarco out to Bald. That one was short. Barron's going to run. Nice job by Barron. Keep the ball and shield the defender. 30-25. Coming up on 15 seconds. I think Liberty will hold for the last shot here of the half. Thompson. No good. Barron the rebound. Conrad.
Good if it goes.
It would have been good. We have reached the end of the first half, and a little surge there at the end of the quarter for Century. Thompson, a little bit limp and gimpy coming off the court. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But it is halftime here at the Lions Den in Eldersburg. And the hometown Liberty Lions lead the Century Knights by 5, 30-25. Doug, before we get to a break, just a quick thoughts about the first half. I think we were impressed by how Liberty handled itself and got to the basket and scored.
I was impressed by both teams. I was impressed by the adjustments both teams made. You know, it seemed like Coach Wonder pulled out the big to pull Liberty's bigs out on offense. Liberty's coach seemed like they saw themselves getting away from what they do best, and they got back to that towards the end. So well-coached game by both teams, in my opinion.
Yeah, we'll talk about the adjustments. Actually, we're not going to take a break just yet. We're going to have Liberty's doing their Athletics Hall of Fame ceremony, where they're going to induct the newest member of their Hall of Fame. Athletic Director Ed DeVincent is at the center court. Let's go ahead and listen in to Ed.
I would like first to thank Mr. Ryder, Mr. Lester, Mr. Miller, and Mr. DeMond for being part of the nomination process. Our inductee for 2024 is Mackenzie Thompson. A little bit about her accolades. She graduated in 2013. She was a member of the only state softball champion at Liberty High School. She led it all 4 years, was first team all-county and all-conference all 4 years, was 2012-13 Times Player of the Year, was Sun Metro Player of the Week multiple times, and was Carroll County Softball Player of the Decade 2010 to 2019. When she was done high school, she played softball at University of Albany and led them to the NCAA Regionals, and also played at Dartmouth University. After college, she played professional softball in Munich, Germany, and also Australia, while also teaching the youth in those countries to play softball. It is my honor to present and induct Mackenzie Thompson into the Liberty High School Hall of Fame. So when they are in town playing the Orioles, he's going to be inducted in a baseball game there. Also tonight, we have a game, and again, what a great community. It's always a great atmosphere, Liberty versus Century. We have a cause, the Zacking Against Cancer Foundation, and we'd like to have Chris Lederer to come and kind of talk about it a little bit. Let's hear it for Chris.
I want to tell you
Mackenzie Thompson, Liberty Athletics Hall of Fame, well-deserved. I think the second inductee is going to be Scott Sharp. It's going to happen later in the spring. We're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, we're going to watch the first half highlights, what we just watched between Century and Liberty. And Doug Goff and I will talk about second half. So stick with us. The game of the week coming right back after a short break.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg for lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
I used to drive over this bridge in my car. If I'd only known drugs would take me this far. It was under this bridge that I drew blood red. The faces around me all looked dead.
I'm going to share with you guys my story and what I did, what happened to me.
An old woman sipping and nursing her wine. How did you end up in this homeless shrine? The smell and the stench was more than I could bear.
It was different than you did a few years ago.
If I could only get one more fix, I could mask this despair.
In a world where choices send ripple effects through life, my journey began with an unexpected connection with a man named Isaiah Robertson, whose influence, like a stone in a pond, created a ripple effect of positivity in my life. Through his guidance, I found strength to navigate through early childhood trauma and break free from the clutches of heroin addiction. Hi, I'm Tim Weber, the Community Education Liaison for the Carroll County State's Attorney's Office.
And I'm Carroll County Sheriff Jim DeWeese. Tim and I took a poignant journey through the city, retracing the places where he faced his darkest struggles. This documentary vividly illustrates the profound impact of the ripple effect on communities, law enforcement, and beyond.
As I emerged from the shadows of heroin addiction, I realized the profound power one person's positive influence can have on so many.
Join us on February 20th at 6:30 p.m. at the Coppermine Pantherplex in Hampstead for the unveiling of Heroin, The Ripple Effect. Be part of the premiere and contribute to initiating your own ripple effect. Don't miss this opportunity to engage in a thought-provoking exploration of powerful forces that shape our lives.
Every Wednesday at CMSportsNet, it's Game On. Tune in for a look at Carroll County sports scene. Join me as we preview upcoming games, talk with the coaches, and bring you exclusive reports you won't see anywhere else. Plus, each week we'll unveil CM Sportsnet's Athlete of the Week. Don't miss CM Sportsnet's Game On, Wednesdays at 7 p.m. We've got you covered. Back at halftime here, Liberty 30, Century 25. Pat Stetzer and Doug Goff with you on the CM Sportsnet Game of the Week. Doug, we're going to take a look at some highlights here and look at the team stats here too. Your impressions of what we watched in the first half.
Like I said, well, I'm very impressed. I'm impressed with the versatility of the guys that they have. Some guys playing inside can move outside. Defensive guys moving their feet without reaching. Right. And the bigs of Liberty, doing what they should be doing and taking advantage of that size. The bigs and Cole Jernigan, and here he goes right here early in the first half. This was a lot of their success came from Jernigan getting to the lane. And we saw him do it time and again. Here he is again here going right in off the glass and scoring. But it's just been the way that Liberty has kind of attacked Century's defense. We talked about for the game, where they're going to be able to keep him out of the paint, and when they didn't, that's the advantage that they have right now. Eric Bald. I know cancer's affected a lot of us. Did a good job there, and there was
Tristan West has really become a force there on the glass as well. He can score. He's leading them in scoring right now, but he's got to have at least 5 or 6 rebounds as well. And it's a 5-point game. I understand. You're right. Century got themselves back in there a little bit with that better shooting from the outside, but I still feel anyway like Century needs to do does a good job there by Jernigan and Steele. They're going to have to figure out a way to overcome Liberty's ability to get into the paint.
Absolutely. Liberty gets some easier baskets. They have the more foul shots. We talked about that before the game. Who was going to get to the line more, and obviously Liberty is. And Century has to work a little harder to get their baskets because they're not getting to the paint as easy. So if that stays, Liberty has a big advantage. If Century can figure that out, be right in the middle of this game.
We'll see if they can get Ben Chenoweth going as well. He's got 7 points so far. You see Nate Brown here did a good job on that steal and score off the glass. So Century kept themselves in the game, down by 10, I think, at one point earlier on, and definitely 9 in that second quarter. It's been a lot of Jernigan, though, to the basket. And if he's not making that shot, he's got West and Thompson right there to clean it up.
Double edge. You help, and the bigs are open. You don't help. He's pretty good at getting to the line or finishing on his own. Tough task.
Good three-pointer there by Barron, helping Century stay in the game. And this was Conrad rattles in the 3 there. So their perimeter shots were starting to fall a little bit later in the half. Too much West here. It's just a tough assignment.
Too easy.
It's a tough assignment.
But like I said, you try to take something away, you're going to give something else. So Liberty has enough versatility where it makes it tough on the defense to try to pick and choose what you're going to try to take away.
So there you go. No threes yet for Liberty in this first half, while Century's hit 4, but the 2-pointers 12-6. And like you mentioned, the free throws 6 for 11 for the Lions. Only 4 trips to the line for the Century Knights. But it's a 30-25 game, and it's Century Liberty.
Oh, George is happy right where he's at.
There's your top scorers, too. Nick Barron for Century and Tristan West for Liberty. 5 field goals already for the big guy, and 2 threes for Barron. But yeah, like you said, a 5-point lead. Both Georges. For George Stinnett, he knows where he is. For George Wonder, he knows that his team isn't out of it. That's obviously a big deal here in the second half.
I like that both the leading scorers are juniors, something that the county can look forward to. Hey, these guys are coming back for another 4 years.
Spoken like a good coach. What do you want to see? What do you want to see Liberty do, if anything, differently in the second half?
I always want to make sure they stick to what's working and try to pound the ball inside and try to drive it in. Clear the side. Cole's trying to drive, and if they're trying to take that away, then throw it into the post and work inside out. For George, I like to bringing Chenoweth out to the 3-point line, dragging West out to play defense 3-point line, open up that lane a little bit for their other players.
I don't think anybody's in any serious foul trouble. A couple guys have 2, but it'll be interesting to see how the first few minutes of the third quarter play out. But pretty much, it's had its moments. We've had some Century Liberty moments here already in this first half.
That's what we expected.
Yep. Very cool halftime ceremony for Mackenzie Thompson, and eventually it'll be Scott Sharp. And then we had a Zacking for Cancer sort of speech, and the crowd stood up and did the famous Zacking for Cancer pose. That was cool to see. So a lot of good stuff happening here in Eldersburg. And we're getting set for a good second half between a couple of the rivals, the Century Lions, the Century Knights, and the Liberty Lions. I should know that by now. Liberty yet to hit a 3, so you get the perimeter team at Century against the bigs that are Liberty. It doesn't mean Liberty can't hit a 3, and they certainly can, but Century can get back in the game with a couple of perimeter shots to sort of calm things down on defense.
Yeah, my guess is Coach George saying he'd be happy if they didn't even take it. They don't need to take a 3. Just pound it in until they try to do something and take that away.
So here we go. Century with the ball first. And they get it in. And we're underway. Chenoweth hands off to Brown. Brown penetrates. Got it to Conrad, who gives it to Jackson Smith into the lane. There's Barron. Barron with the left hand. Good start for Century.
Very good patience. You're on a 30-second shot clock. It's very easy to start to rush when it gets down under 15. The Georgia's team obviously well-disciplined in that area and just kept taking their time until they got a good drive. Oh, there's
Jernigan.
Can't let him get that deep.
Makes it tough. I think he's got up to 12 now as well. 32-27, back to a 5-point edge. Chenoweth for three, a little strong. Zumber in the rebound.
Nobody back.
Aaron Bald lays it in. No one was back.
That's uncharacteristic.
I was just going to say, you rarely see the George Wonder team sort of caught sleeping there a little bit as Jackson Smith gets to the free throw line. He knocks down the shot.
People tend to, blame that on guys not hustling back on defense. That wasn't the case. It's all the rotation and when the shot was taken and where guys were.
Yep.
Can't let him get in there.
Jernigan takes the
no help. No help. They isolate him.
Contact.
You're asking a guy to do a tough task to try to guard him one-on-one with no help.
Smith sees off. Oh! Chenoweth gets fouled from behind Jernigan. And Ben Chenoweth will go to the line for 2 free throws. Only the first foul on Jernigan. He didn't waste much time with the free throw. I don't think he even dribbled it. He just put it up. Good stroke from Chenoweth. Senior, who George Wonder talked to me a little bit early in the season. This is his sport, so he was really sort of just felt bad for him that he couldn't get out there and play at full strength. It took him a long time to come back from I believe it was a foot injury. But he's back now, and he hit both free throws, and it's a 5-point game again. And you want him for the stretch run, right?
Absolutely. They're out of the contention of the county. They want this game for rivalry, but they want to make a run in that state playoff.
That was a good pass down low, and Zumbrin scored. So another assist to West. Conrad spin around, short, Zumbrin rebound. Conrad almost pulled it away. And they caught a foul on Barron.
Yeah, Barron got called for a foul.
A push. That's his second.
Another impressive defensive possession there by Zerko.
It was. Yeah, Zarko's done a good job. He's played Conrad really tight. And passing it back out after they got into the lane. Zarko again. Plenty of time to shoot. Here's Bald. Tough shot by Aaron Bald.
So Jernigan out. Bald said, I'll take it to the rack one-on-one if you're not going to help.
And that's a Liberty timeout. A 30-second timeout called by George Sennett. So back to a 9-point lead just like that. 30-second timeout. Maybe we want to set something up here, but
points in the paint.
Everybody can do it at Liberty. Every guy on the court is going to the basket. They're basically saying, look, we'll take your perimeter shots. They're not all going to go. Until they do start going, we're going to go to the basket and just score at will. And they've done that today.
Like I said earlier, not in really Georgia's DNA to pack in his own, but if you're giving up that many points 3 feet from the basket, it might be something to consider, maybe just to change it up. Liberty has no three-pointers yet.
Right. Maybe you can even not do it straight, just like a 1-3 or, just a bit of like a
sag off the man,
or trap or something. Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, you don't want to let it slip away. And
he's been doing it for a long time. He knows, he'll figure it out.
Yeah. We're not questioning. We're just saying. You wonder if it can come to something like that. We'll see.
I'd be like to try to change something up.
You'd already changed it and gone back. Chenoweth muscles into the lane, a little strong. Knocked away though by Barron. Nice job by Barron.
He's having a real nice game.
He is. That was a good rebound by Thompson, but Barron was right there to slap it away. And there's Bald for a three-pointer. There it goes, the first one for Liberty. And it's a 10-point Lions lead. Chenoweth take it to the hole. He got fouled going up. Got a foul on West, I believe, number 15. His second. And Ben Chenoweth will go to the line.
Foul shots come back to haunt you down the stretch.
Indeed. Ryan Matthews checking in for Smith. 43-33, Lions in front. Chenoweth rattles home that one. Back to single digits. But Liberty coming quick here. Great pass. Barron knocked it out. Oh, and it goes off Zumbrin. Well, Nick Barron's done a good job on defense tonight for Century.
Very versatile player.
And like you said, a junior.
Yeah.
Zarco again on Conrad like a glove. Chenoweth guarded by West. Back out to Conrad. And he drew the contact. Jernigan helps him up. Blocking foul, and Conrad will go to the line. So Century trying to get into the lane now a little bit in these last couple possessions.
I like it.
Fight fire with fire. Right? Yeah.
Pull, I like pulling Chenoweth out to the three, which makes the big guy try to move their feet.
There's Peyton Conrad. George Wonders spoken highly of him last year and this year, sort of the glue that helps keep the offense going, and he does a lot of their dirty work. We had him earlier this year as one of our athletes of the week, CMSportsNet. He's had a good season. Missed that first free throw, though. Second one goes in, and a timeout taken by George Wonder. So Century a little bit uncharacteristic on a couple of those free throws. Like you said, they're big, and especially in a game like this. A full timeout for Century, 60-second timeout. With 4:02 to go and an 8-point Liberty lead here in the third quarter on the CMSportsNet Game of the Week.
Game slowed up a little from the pace that started at the beginning of the game.
And the first minute and change was that same pace. And you're right, the last 2 minutes or so has sort of slowed down. But, it's beginning to be crunch time, right? We got a half a quarter to go and then all the fourth quarter. And both teams know that they're in it. So only 8 points. And as you saw live last year in the playoffs, we had teams go on 18-2 and 20-2 runs, and back and forth we went. So don't be expecting a fireworks display could break out any moment in a game like this.
We mentioned the 30-second shot clock. Well, me and you were talking before the game. With the 30-second shot clock, no lead's really safe until you get under 2 minutes of the game. So 8 to 10, that's like 2-3 possessions, but that's only a minute and a half, right?
No doubt. Plenty of time left in this one for both sides. Here come the Lions.
Looks like they're in the zone.
You don't have to mutter it. They are in a zone.
Hey, I didn't want to say it out loud.
You never thought you'd see the day? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm gonna talk to Georgia after the game, and I'm gonna nudge him, and I'm be like, "Hey, you in zone?"
How dare you?
No, I know.
It's
just he was always against it.
Yeah. Oof. Wow. Jernigan just muscled up there. They were in a soft zone, and they actually kind of squeezed back into a little bit of more man there at the end. But you're right.
It looked like a 1-3-1.
No, it was. I confirm.
Right.
I confirm. Back to
they had it clouded. They just didn't get the offense to get the rebound.
Well, credit Jernigan, too, for just never giving up on that shot.
Right?
Yeah, he's a good player. Chenoweth. That was a good drive to the basket, just a little short. And, look, there's no knock on Chenoweth, but, his legs aren't the same as the other guy's legs right now. It looked like he left that a little bit short. Not saying that's why, but just, you got something to think about there. George Wonder has said they're trying to get him back to full as they can get him. This is only his 10th game of the year. Both teams are up to 17 games.
Yeah, that conditioning is a little different.
Correct. He'll be there. He's certainly a talented player. So a little bit of that zone again. A little bit. Yeah. Almost a tip there. 9 to shoot. Balled. Oh. He hung in the air for a second and kissed it off the glass. He's got 9. And it's a 12-point Liberty lead. Good pass back out. This is Nate Brown.
In and out.
Good rebound by Chenoweth.
Excellent rebound.
Nice job by Ben Chenoweth. That was a good shot by Brown. Back out to Bald. Oh, Aaron Bald. A little short there. Good rebound by Conrad.
Got numbers. There you go. Nice pass up.
Chenoweth
Thompson got a tip of that, maybe.
Yeah, he might have. George Sinnott wants Liberty to go. And they're going to settle back in now with 1:55 and counting in the third quarter.
Now it looks like more of a 2-3.
Yep. So you focus on the ball, right? Whoever has the ball becomes the point of attention on that zone. I think Thompson stepped out. Might have got away with a push there on Conrad. But, yeah, that's what Sinnott wants to know, why it was maybe a push by Conrad. But anyway, it's a turnover, and Century has the ball back, down 10. Loose ball picked up by Barron. Chenoweth screen. Conrad lets Zarco fly by.
Nice rebound.
Good job by Riley.
That is a nice rebound.
Oh, and a foul. Daniel Riley, nice job by that young man. 6'3" junior.
It's the brother of Noah Riley, isn't it?
I think so.
Played for George.
Played for George. Good player, good guard. Always good guards at Century, but he was one of the good ones. He skied up for that rebound.
He did.
Over top the big trees. At 6'3", you can do that. And he'll have a chance to make it a 9-point Liberty lead. It can get to 8 with this next free throw. Jackson Smith coming back in for Ryan Matthews.
Jernigan back in.
Jernigan back in, yep.
Definitely a strategy I see that teams are trying to keep their guys stretched without letting that run make too big.
Sure. Nice stroke there by Riley. And it's 47-39. 1:10 to go. West, too easy. His first points in a while, but it's just too easy in there right now for Liberty. And it's back to a 10-point lead. Good take by Chenoweth. Maybe a good foul by Jernigan just to get in the way, but Chenoweth did a good job getting to the basket there.
Pulled West out to the three-point line where he doesn't want to go out there.
Caught
and
him off
play
the
deep.
dribble, yep, yes, sir.
Shot fake. That's one of the big strengths of Chenoweth. He has the ability to be big, but also has the ability to face up and be a guard.
Free throws have not been kind to Century tonight.
You got the stat on that?
I haven't been keeping track. We're keeping it in the back, so we'll see it here, but it hasn't been good.
I mean, several. I mean, that was a 10-point game. You at least cut at least 5 or 6, right?
Yeah. Maybe 4 or 5 this quarter. Lions already have 5 fouls this quarter, so
it's going to reset in a minute.
Yeah, you're right. Good point.
That new rule.
Yeah,
right?
the new rule. Tommy Dixon coming in. Senior center gets a rousing cheer from the student section.
Right there.
Yeah. Chanting his name.
Back to a 1-3-1, looks like. Oh.
Riley got a call on the reach, I think. Thompson went down hard, but a foul on 23, I believe. It's his 3rd foul. So we might see more of Dixon here in the 4th quarter. Liberty inbounds in front of its own student section. 45 seconds to go. Michael Martin back in for Liberty. Jernigan back out. There's Bald. Zumbrin. Who wants the rebound? Oh, there'll be a foul on Liberty. We're going the other way. Foul on Bald, I believe. That's shooting. So they will get a chance to cut
Take
into it a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, hey, 31,
before it resets.
31 seconds in this game. Whenever they go fast, it could be a couple possessions. Just the first foul on Bald.
That'd have been team 6. Back with the old rule last year, they would have shot foul shots the rest of the game on any foul the rest of the game.
Another miss by Century. Gavin Spees checking in for Martin.
His first time entering the game today.
So,
he came off injury. He didn't play the last game with a hip injury.
Barron hits the second one. And Jernigan coming back in for Liberty. In place of Ethan Hart. 31.6 seconds to go. Third quarter.
I might be willing to hold for one here, run that shot clock down, go into the fourth quarter at least up 8.
We'll see what they do. Spees. Jernigan and Bald will take a 3. Good rebound by Zumbrin. And out of bounds, Liberty.
I think it might have been a block shot.
They're going to talk it out. And a conferred.
I think it's the right call.
I think that was the right call, yeah. At least you talk it over, right, before you try to, if you're going to change it. There's a 3 from Spees. No good. Another rebound for Zumbrin.
Couple offensive rebounds on that possession.
This time Dixon, Dixon grabs it.
Oh, he had him open.
Conrad trying to beat the clock, no good. But it is an 8-point lead at the end of 3 quarters. Aaron Bald coming back a little bit. Hold his side there, but it's a physical game, physical 3 quarters, and it has the Lions leading 49-41 after 3. Offenses did kind of quiet down that quarter, and we saw some good defensive efforts on both sides of the ball. We'll see if Century can stick with that zone for a while. It did work on a couple possessions.
I'm like a kid in the candy store thinking about that. I've, been with George Wonder a long time, and seeing the play go and switch and play zone and work, I kind of like it. I can't wait to talk to him about it.
You may also want to talk to him about the free throws.
He's not going to want to talk about
exactly
that. That's
right.
not a coaching decision. You make possessions, get him on the line. You can't make it for him.
There you go. 9 for 16 from the free throw line. Liberty's only gone 11 times, so half of those, and it's a 2 possession game.
It was the other way around the first half. That zone has kept them off the foul line, kept them off them 2-foot baskets.
Right.
Let's see if they can stick with that in the fourth quarter.
Look at this too here, just based on non-threes, 20 of them for Liberty, just 10 for Century. So the 3 has kept Century in the game, only down 8. But yeah, you lament those free throws when you go back and watch the film. If we make 3 more of those or 4 more of those, obviously we're right back in.
Put so much pressure on the other team when they're up 3 instead of up 8. So
absolutely.
Throws,
even 6. I mean, it's those 2 threes, like you said. You're sitting at 3 possessions right now. So Liberty has the ball to start the fourth.
Nobody's sitting down in the crowd. Everybody's still into it.
Correct,
I like it.
as it should be here with Liberty and Century, part 1 of the 2023-24 season.
1-3-1 to start the half again, Coach.
Right away. And guess who got in the way? Nick Barron. Nice job from Century. And that's the first stop of the fourth quarter.
Look at him. I said they lost him.
Oh, and a block from behind by West. West back out. Almost stolen again. Thompson all the way. Boy, crazy exchange there. It looked like an easy layup. West blocks it. Thompson goes down the lane and scores, and it's a 10-point lead. West blocks another one.
Forced that one a little bit.
He forced that one, yeah. He probably should have passed that one out, Chenoweth. Another block for West. Lions smelling some blood here. 53-41.
That little swing was big. That momentum looked like it was going to go to Century. They got that little tip block.
Riley. Big rebound by West. Liberty don't want to slow down. They want to keep going. Bounce pass by Bald. West. Thompson. He's got Jernigan in the corner for a 3. And George Wonder has seen enough. Well, these last 3 or 4 possessions have really put Liberty in the driver's seat here.
Liberty showing a lot of versatility there in the first half, pounding in the paint. They went zone, hit a couple threes. Makes you scratch your head as a coach. Well, which one should I do?
They can easily, yeah, exactly. I mean, Century got the couple stops they wanted early and had a couple nice looks at the basket. Credit Liberty for that defense. West with a few blocks, rebounds from Century or from Liberty, and the other way, and they've just been dominating this game off the glass in the paint.
No easy basket. Century, they're not getting any easy
Correct.
ones.
Liberty's
the size of Liberty helps you take away some of those easy ones.
Right.
But you got to give the whole team credit for making Century earn shots, taking contested shots all the time. No easy bunnies.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Liberty has done a good job to get those easy looks, and it's paid off. Still 6 minutes to go, but Century's got to start scoring. Barron maybe didn't want that out of the timeout. I'm not sure, but Liberty going to take command here.
Back to man-to-man.
Back to man-to-man, yep. West does a good job. Oh, and Thompson right there to clean it up.
Looked like West got fouled there, too, but they got the offensive rebound.
Looked like it. And right away, Matthews checking back in for Century. It's slipping away from the Knights. Almost a steal. It is a steal. And it's Thompson. Takes it to the basket. Almost. Everything going Liberty's way right now, Doug.
Yeah, that momentum definitely flipped. Liberty's taking full advantage of it.
Took those three possessions there to start right after that stop by Century. Liberty has not looked back. Matthews, Brown coming back in for Barron and Riley. Jernigan comes out for a minute. I talked with Coach Sinnott for the preview of the season. He said, you know, for a 1A team, we got a lot of size. We're big. And I knew he was right. But their bigs have really been a strength of this team. Not that they can't shoot perimeter shots, they can, but they have made their bones under the basket with their size and their athleticism. 2 free throws for Thompson, and it's a 19-point Liberty lead.
Century not really a full-court press team, too, so it's going to be hard. They're going to try to get that lead to cut back. That'll help, but
that helps. Nice drive to the bucket by Conrad.
No full-court pressure. That's really not what Century usually does, but when you're down this much this late,
yeah,
you might have to probably pick the pressure up a little bit. Not allow them to run 20 seconds off the shot clock.
Sure. There's West again.
Nice patience by West.
Nice patience. That was Bergen. His first points, I believe. Nice job by Conrad. Nice job by Peyton Conrad. He's tough.
2 baskets in a row for him.
He's just
Looks
tough.
like he's going to try to take over a little bit, which is what they need. Somebody to try to go to the basket like Cole was for Liberty.
And Jernigan coming back in. Conrad is a tough basketball player. It's fun to watch.
Interested to see if Century puts a little full court pressure on here. Try to speed Liberty up. Maybe get a turnover.
3-point play for the senior guard and a timeout. So Century's got to play this like it's not over yet. They've got time to come back, and they do. It's a full timeout. Full timeout for Century. 62-46. Liberty has the lead. 4:43 to go as the team's talking over for 60 seconds. And what's George Wonder telling them right now, Coach? If you were in the huddle, what's George talking about right now?
He's telling them to keep within their offense and keep attacking, but don't take bad shots. Don't take 4 shots. It's not how quick we get the shot up. You need a good shot. We want to play fast, but we don't want to just come down and jack something up real quick. Like maybe the first possession after that timeout. He's probably reminding them of that. And then telling them that we have to pick up the pressure on defense and try to take some chances, try some tips and steals, maybe go for that pass in the post, because you can't play safe the rest of this game.
not enough time to play safe. You run out of time. How about Coach Simmons? Just keep doing what we're doing, I would guess. Right? That's the thought.
Protect the ball. He's telling them protect the ball. Obviously be patient. Keep pounding it inside.
Make the defense come to you when you get down low like that. Good things have been happening all night. So
guard the three-pointers.
Yeah, as best you can.
Get back in the game pretty quick.
Right. That's true. It only takes one or two guys to get hot, and then it can become quite interesting in the final 4:43. Trying to think back. I'm sure there has been some crazy comebacks like this late. Doesn't come to mind, but usually when one of these teams has a lead like this, they finish it off. But we'll see with 4:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Foul up by the free throw line there. I was interviewing George. We were watching that pregame, and I said something about the rivalry, and he said, "Yeah, I know. I've been in a lot of these games." And he paused. And actually, I've been in all of them. So I was like, "Good point, George. You've been in all the Central Liberty games. The only coach Century's ever had." One of the all-time wins leaders in county history. But his team's on the wrong side of it right now. 62-46 with 4:20 to go. And there's Jernigan. Got Jackson Smith off his feet. Drew the foul. They're going to say he was shooting. I think that's probably right. He got him off his feet to score, so I think that's right.
The momentum started.
Yeah,
the ball
momentum
wasn't up to
right.
shooting position yet, but momentum to go up to the basket.
That's a judgment call there by the official.
I think it's the right call.
I do too. And we're not hearing anything from Century. So Jernigan makes the first free throw. He's had himself a night. Hit them both. 64-46, 4:15 to go. Matthews, Dixon, and Conrad. Out there with Smith and Brown. There's Dixon for a three. And Zarko the rebound. West guarded by Dixon. The clock is your friend here if you're Liberty. Under 4 to play now. Coming up on 10 to shoot. It's Bergen. Oh, nice takeaway by Tommy Dixon.
Yep. Clock got a little low, so he had to kind of take it in there and force it a little bit, but he was fighting against the shot clock.
He was.
Big
He got stuck under
Century.
Yep, he got stuck under there. There's Matthews. Oh, nice job by Ryan Matthews. 64-49. 3:20 left. 4:48, pardon me. 64-48. Oh, Jernigan gets right in there. I think Dixon had his hand between the two arms. That's a foul.
Going up again.
It's like Mason. Shooting foul. Mason Hendricks checking in now for Century. About to check in. Senior guard. This is Cole Jernigan again. Looking for his 20th point of the game. Seven made free throws by my count. (65-48). Lions in control here. Second one no good. There's Hendricks. There's Nate Brown. And that three goes in.
No full court pressure.
Nope.
Kind of surprised.
Yeah, a little surprise there too. 14-point Liberty lead. Oh, West trying to bully his way in. Ball comes with Brown, almost stole it. And then he does. And then ahead to Brown. And Brown scores.
Nice left-hand finish there.
Zarko landed a little awkwardly there.
Looks like they're going to pick him up a little bit more full now.
Well, it's a 12-point game with 2:34 to go. I mean,
that's enough time, to be honest. If you get a couple turnovers and a couple missed shots, foul, missing shot, missing foul shots.
Now you will have a little bit of pressure. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And Brown called for the reach. And that was their 5th, so I believe that's going to be shooting foul the rest of the way.
And not only shooting too.
Correct.
You take away, previous years, you had a chance to put them on to miss the first one. Now they're going to get 2 no matter what.
2 for the next 2:30. So that will affect the way, you're going to have to foul a little bit here down the stretch of your century.
Right.
Aaron Bald gets to 10 points for the senior. Two and a half minutes remain. 13-point advantage for Liberty.
Liberty got a lot of contributions from some guys off the bench.
Absolutely.
Guys that aren't, maybe high in the stats, but they got a lot of contributions defensively from different guys.
Indeed.
Some rebounds from different guys.
That was a microcosm of the game right there. You get the missed free throw. Thompson gets the rebound and then gives him the possession, although he travels there on that baseline move. So essentially we'll get it back with 2:19 to go. Don't forget, stay tuned. We'll have some post-game coverage for you after this. Talk to one of the players of the game. Doug and I will break down what we watched here in the Century Liberty rivalry. Three-pointer goes in, and there's a foul.
Keeping it interesting.
Indeed they are. Give Mason Hendricks 3. And if he makes it, you're talking about a 3-possession game with 2:04 to go.
He's never safe. He's never relaxed.
Safe. Four-point play. Oh, almost a steal. Now you got to hustle back, though, for Nate Brown. He does. 2 minutes. 66-57. And a timeout called by Liberty. Century almost trying to get that steal. Full timeout. Just a reminder that coming up next weekend, Friday, February 16th, and Saturday, February 17th, CMSportsNet will have live coverage of the annual County Wrestling Championships. It's JV on Friday. We'll stream the full tournament, and then Saturday we have the co-ed tournament and the girls tournament on the varsity side. And Michael Duffy and myself will be live for the championship finals. That's CMSportsNet's coverage, live exclusive coverage of the Carroll County Wrestling Championships, February 16th and 17th at Westminster High School. Always a fun event, always exciting, and looking forward to seeing a lot of good county wrestling. This has been fun and exciting too, with 1:55 to go. And you just said it a second ago, it's never safe. You never feel safe on either side in this rivalry. We saw last year a playoff game that both teams went on big runs and got themselves back in the game. Liberty pulled out in the end. And time is a factor here with 1:55 to go.
It is. I was just looking at the clock and the time and the score. I think Century can play this possession out without fouling. 21 on the shot clock, 1:55, still down 3 possessions. I wouldn't foul yet. I'd try to get a stop here. If they don't score on this one and come back down, you might have to start fouling. But I'd play this possession out. They get the stop. Oh, I thought they had to stop.
Jernigan, I'm surprised maybe he went to the hoop that quick, but he gets the contact. George wondering the call. Not sure why his guy got called for being straight up, but the official saw it otherwise. Cole Jernigan will go to the line. You think you would not pressured him like that a little bit? And made
I think I'd have just played that one safe with 20. There was already down to 21 on the shot clock, and you're up 9. I wouldn't have overpressured and try to give up a foul and foul shots. I'd have tried to just make them get down to the shot clock and force a bad one up. They almost had to stop there. Controversial, 50-50 call.
Yeah.
If they don't call that, they get the stop they wanted.
Sure.
But now it's 11, so
now you got to hurry.
And you might have to foul if you don't.
I think the rest of the way you're going to be trying to foul. Maybe go for a steal for a second or two and then go for the foul. I think Thompson deflected that shot.
Good hustle by Conrad.
It was good hustle by Conrad. And now 1:30 to go. And I think that hit the... There's only 5 on the shot clock.
The ball hit the rim, didn't it?
I think it did. Yeah. Yeah, they just never reset the shot clock, so. Making sure the shot clock's right, because it was down to 5 on the scoreboards.
I've been doing the shot clock for the girls' games a little bit. It's not as easy as it does sometimes. The ball hit the rim, didn't hit the rim. Who got the rebound?
Absolutely. Look, this is an intense game, but you got to remember, it's volunteers and people doing the books. And I'm serious. People doing the books and the clocks, it ain't easy.
Absolutely.
It ain't easy. They got it right, I believe. Century's ball. Conrad.
That's a foul.
Yeah. Chenoweth stepped inside, got the 2. And let's see, here's Chenoweth, gives off to West. Smartly did not take that shot. Now what are they going to do here? They're going to play this out, and what do they call? Timeout. Timeout.
I've been impressed with West's patience when he has it in the post, when he has it on the perimeter, doesn't force anything. Gave his coach ability to call timeout there instead of trying to just throw the ball away.
Right. I like to think, too, he learned. We had that South Carolina Liberty game, and he got, it wasn't, I'm not blaming West, but he got caught over there, and the ball was loose, and he grabbed it, and they got called for a travel, and it just, at that time, I'm going to secure it with both hands. They're either going to foul me or we're going to call a timeout.
That's
they call a timeout. So I think he learned from that game just by Wednesday. Liberty trying to hold on. Just a reminder that CMSportsNet every Wednesday has our weekly sports wrap-up show, rundown show I should call it, called Game On. We do it every Wednesday, and it airs Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Our latest episode will be this Wednesday at 7. We'll talk about the county wrestling championships. We'll have the indoor track for you, and we'll break down this game and see what else is going on in the world of Carroll County Athletic League winter high school sports. Game On, Wednesday at 7 p.m. 104, 64 seconds left. Liberty 68, Century 59.
3 3-pointers here, Pat.
But you got to have it 3 times, right?
Yeah, you got to get a stop and steal.
You got to make sure Liberty doesn't score anymore. Credit Century, though. They were down, almost 20, if not 20 there with just a few minutes ago. And they got it back to 9. And
go back to those foul shots early in the game.
Absolutely. I'm quite sure George Warren will be talking about it at practice.
Got to take some chances here. Oh, there's a turnover.
And there's a turnover. So there's one. And there's Barron. I think he tried to initiate the foul, and he was a little bit long on the... Zumbering back out the ball. That was Century's... Maybe they had a chance there, but now they're calling for fouls, and they get Dixon fouls Thompson. I think Barron thought maybe he was going to get fouled, and he overexerted himself on the shot, for lack of a better phrase. That was a tough one.
Yeah, with the time and score, I almost would have liked them to just pull up for 3 there. You mean you're down 3 possessions?
Yeah.
You go and get that layup. You're still down 3 possessions. You know?
Your mind tells you to go quick when you go to the basket. So, of course, if he scores and gets fouled, he might get
the
a free
and one.
right?
If he gets the and one.
Right. Thompson missed the first free throw, so still a 9-point lead. But like Doug said, 3 possessions of 46.6 seconds.
Yeah, one free throw here is big for Thompson.
Yeah, yep.
Puts it to 4.
Yep.
4 possessions.
Pretty much what's the lights out with 46 seconds to go, and Thompson misses, but West gets the rebound. Boy, if that's not the story of how it's gone tonight. And West gets fouled again. That's just how Liberty's won this game. How they're going to win this game. Dominance under the hoop. No one and dones. Not a lot of one and dones tonight. Been a lot of second chance efforts for Liberty. Credit to them.
They earned the win today. They played a good game.
Absolutely.
Talked about the possessions, up 3 possessions, up 4 possessions. Super Bowl Sunday tomorrow. I can't think about the Lions not kicking field goals, and they could have went up 3 possessions. You know, it's not how many points you're up; it's how many possessions you're up.
I should have brought you on to our podcast. We had talked about it on the podcast.
people, I like, going for it sometimes on fourth down, but not when you can go up another
17 is different than 14.
It's 3 possessions instead of 2.
Yep.
I disagreed with that one.
No, I agree. I think I agree with the first one and not the second one. The first one, they were rolling at that time, so I don't mind going for it that first time, but the second time, you were in field goal range, you go up by 17, hey, whatever.
To me, if I can change the number of scores the other team has to have, I'm not going for it. If it was they're up 10, you kick a field goal with 13, that's still 2 possessions.
Right, sure.
But 14 to 17, or I'm taking points right there.
Aaron Ball hits the free throw, and it's 70-59, and some reserves coming in for Liberty. Lions going to enjoy this win. Always good to beat a rival. Definitely good to beat the team down the road. And no doubt Century's going to remember they get to play again in about 2 weeks. Second one goes for Bald. Conrad's not done playing. He scores off the glass.
They're fouling too.
Down 10.
Yeah, time to call that
Just
off.
trying, yeah, I think so. That might have been the last one. We'll see. So the Lions will go to 13-5, 7-4 in the county. Excuse me, the Lions will go to 11-6 and 7-4 in the county. The Knights will fall to 12-6 as Cole Jernigan comes off to a lot of handshakes and back slaps from his teammates and coaches. Century will be 6-5 in county play. And this is one that is not a close loss. Thompson missed them both. 10-point lead. Conrad's 3, no good. Matthews almost tapped that back in. Out of bounds, and George Wonder's calling off the fouls. So this will be the last possession.
Pat, what's the 1A region look like for Liberty going into the playoffs?
It's a good question. I know Liberty had a pretty good edge in there as a number 1 seed because they're in the 1A South, I believe. So I think they'll have some games here at home. Still some games to be determined. Obviously some wins to have, some non-county games next week. Clock hits 0. And the first round of Liberty Century goes to the Lions. Lions 71, Knights 61. You're right to ask because it'll be a lot of deciphering here on who's going to. Century and Liberty both are in line for some home games and some and some. Now Liberty, I believe, could be the 1 seed in their mini region. So you're going to see the Lions try to play some home games. The students were looking forward to being on the court here. And they're enjoying themselves with a victory. So, yeah, plenty still to play for. Obviously, that's a win that Liberty needed to kind of keep themselves in line for a 1 seed in their playoffs and a top team in the division, in their playoff division. And Century not out of anything yet. They still have a chance to have some home games, too. And
absolutely.
They do get the Lions.
There's still somebody to be reckoned with in the 2A.
And they do get the Lions again at their court. Just your quick thoughts on how impressive Liberty was tonight in this game, Doug.
I was impressed. I was impressed with the way they got to the rim. They knew that's what they wanted to do. They knew Century was going to try to stop it, and they pushed their will on to Century. Said, no, we're going to keep doing what we do, and they executed it. And they got to the rim. They got to the basket. Got a lot of 3-foot. Like you looked at the 2-point corner, but those 2-pointers, they're 3-foot, 4-foot, 2-foot shots. They're not mid-range shots.
Yeah.
They were at the basket, and that's definitely, in my opinion, their strategy. And they imposed their will and got that done. So congratulations to them.
Time to step aside one more time. We got some more post-game coverage for you coming up here with Doug and myself. So don't go anywhere. The CM SportsNet Game of the Week's not done yet.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg for lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
Hey there, I'm Pat Stetzer.
And I'm Michael Duffy, inviting you to join us for The Score and more.
Each week we'll talk about high school sports in Carroll County. We'll share information about upcoming games, highlight coaches and athletes, and much more.
We'll even try to have a little fun along the way. Don't miss The Score and More podcast presented by CMSportsNet.
The Score and More Sports podcast is available online at carrollmediacenter.org and on a variety of podcast channels. Every Wednesday at CMSportsNet, it's Game On. Tune in for a look at Carroll County sports scene. Join me as we preview upcoming games, talk with the coaches, and bring you exclusive reports you won't see anywhere else. Plus, each week we'll unveil CMSportsNet's Athlete of the Week. Don't miss CMSportsNet's Game On, Wednesdays at 7 p.m. We've got you covered. Welcome back. CMSportsNet Game of the Week. Post-game coverage. Liberty beats Century 71-61. Pat Stetzer and Doug Goff with you in the Lions Den. We saw a dominant performance by Liberty. We're going to go ahead and watch some of the second half highlights that led the Lions to victory over the Knights. And it was just impressive pretty much from the opening tip to the last 2 minutes of the game, Coach. And I was impressed with the way Liberty came out with the same attitude in the second half.
Yeah, I think it was tip-to-tip. I don't think Century ever had the lead in the game, if I remember correctly. But, congrats to Liberty for, keeping it up. Because, Century's going to keep grinding. But they kept ahead of them, one step ahead of them the whole time.
Yeah, we're watching the sequence here early in that third quarter where Century looked like they had a couple nice chances, they had some defense, and then all of a sudden Liberty in like 3 possessions got it back to a 9, 10, 12-point game when it was all down to 5 or 4 at one point. That's just Liberty never fought, they never wavered. They never got out of what they wanted to do all night. It's credit to Coach Sinek, his staff, and these kids.
Absolutely. They went to their strength when they needed it the most. Because you try to do every possession, but then sometimes you have these little blunders. But anytime Century made a run, they went right back to their strength, driving into the post with goal. Ball had a lot of nice drives in there, and then the post guys, had size advantage.
Weston Thompson and Jernigan got in there too. We just saw Nick Barron have a nice steal there in the layup. He had a really good game, I thought, for Century. Just giving them a little bit of that extra oomph.
Century, nothing to bow their heads about. They're going to kick themselves about the free throws, but they're right in that game. They don't have to change too much when they go play these guys next week. They're leading into the playoffs. They're a solid team.
Yeah, it was just those couple flurries of possessions at Liberty. Nice job there by Thompson off the glass. Again, he didn't have the most points tonight, and he's one of their top guys, but it didn't matter because you had Jernigan and West, like you said, Bald. Zarko made some things happen. Holding Thompson down a little bit, but when West is getting in the paint, nice play there by West. That was the patience you talked about with West and his ability to hand off to his teammates. It's not just about one guy. It was a team win for Liberty, and we've seen a lot of that here. So nice job there by Ryan Matthews trying to keep his guys in the game. And Peyton Conrad played well for Century, I thought,
He
too.
made a really nice run trying to keep them in it, played with a lot of heart. That's why George talks so highly of him.
I agree. And there's the student section celebrating after the handshakes were over. It's always important in this game. Century and Liberty, there's your final team stats. And you go ahead and take a look at those free throws. And Century made a couple at the end, but you missed 7 free throws. I know Liberty had a lot more chance at the line. But
some of them down the stretch. But
correct.
we talked about before the game, who was going to get the easy baskets and the free throws. Liberty won that battle.
And like you said, nothing to hang Century's, nothing to hang your head about with Century. There's plenty more to play for. They do get them again if they're on their court. There's your top scorers right there. Cole Jernigan, 22, 6 field goals, the 1-3. And Ben Chenoweth, I think you saw a lot of good things from Chenoweth too. Like he's going to be back healthy. He's going to give them what they need down the stretch.
Absolutely. 15 points coming off an injury, not 100% healthy, still puts in 15. Yeah, he's going to be a lot to handle.
Coming up, we're going to talk with the standout players of the game. We're going to try to get Cole Jernigan from Liberty after his big game. Doug's motioning him up. Doug, hey, I appreciate it, my friend.
Man,
Thanks a lot for joining us on the broadcast. It was great talking basketball with you. We saw a good game tonight.
No, absolutely. I want to thank you for all the things you do for high school sports. It's great for the kids, or you and your production crew. It's great for the kids, great for schools, great for the community. Really proud of it.
Appreciate it, Doug. Hang on 1 second. We're taking one more quick break. When we come back, we'll have Cole Jernigan, and then we'll wrap things up. Don't go away. The CMSportsNet Game of the Week coming right back. Welcome back. Game of the week. I'm joined now by Cole Jernigan. We did this once before, a few games ago. Congrats, Cole, on the win.
Thank you.
You've had a couple of these under your belt now, the Century Liberty rivalry. I remember talking to you about this last year, and it was sort of new to you then. What's it like to finally get this game out of the way, under your belt, and obviously win in front of a raucous crowd?
It feels great. It's probably the biggest game of the year, and it just feels great to go out there and put on for the show.
Yeah, get a win in front of the crowd. It's always a big crowd in both gyms.
Of course, yeah.
Right from the beginning, you guys sort of your goal was to attack the basket. I think you guys really got into the paint. You've been doing that all year, but was it a point of emphasis in this game because you knew you had some advantage there to get into the paint and score off the glass like you guys did? You and Tristan and Alex and a lot of guys who were doing it.
Yeah, we knew we can get down low and score when we had the advantage there, and we can run more than they're more athletic.
Right.
So we just took that to our advantage.
You've been doing it since you got here, and the ability to slash to the hoop. And again, having guys like Tristan and Alex, having them back, and some of those they missed a little bit of time last year here and there. Other guys did too, and then some guys graduated from last year. But it feels like when you guys are cooking, it's Liberty basketball. It's the way you always have been playing the game. How much pride do you take in the fact that that's your style, and you're not going to waver from it, and it's going to win games more often than not?
It feels good to have our whole starting five the whole year.
Yeah.
And having Alex back is a big help in helping our chemistry.
It's never a safe lead. I know last year's playoff game, they had that big comeback, and they got it, and you guys pulled away. You were up by almost 20 here, but I'm sure in the back of your mind as a veteran here and a senior, you knew that it wasn't over yet. You still had to attack and do the things on offense because they were going to try to make a comeback, and they did. Got it back down to 9 or 8. Is that just what you're going to get with Century Liberty? You know it's never going to be over until the final.
Oh yeah, of course. When we were up just by 10 in the first quarter, I was like, we can't look at the score. They're gonna come back, and they're not gonna let up.
Right. And you guys had it to almost 20 at one point, and then you look up a minute later or 2 minutes later, and it's down to 9.
Yeah, exactly.
But free throws were a big deal. You guys were getting to the line, obviously, and you went to the line almost 30 times. This is a big game. I know you can't win a county title because of your record stuff, but it's a big game. A, it's a rivalry game, and B, it's for playoff seedings. I know you won't play them in the playoffs, but it's a win that you need to keep pace and be the top seed in your playoff when you're trying to get back there and cut the nets down again in the playoffs. So is that the mindset? Do the guys in this team realize, hey, okay, we wanted to win the county. Maybe we can't, but we still got things to play for.
Yeah, it's a fun game. Since we dropped down to 1A, it's a good fun like out of region game.
Yeah.
But we're looking for the long run and see how far we can get there.
And trying to play at home, obviously, is important.
Of course,
you guys did that last year, too. What's the mindset right now? Only a few weeks to go, and then playoffs are going to begin. Then it's your last run as a team. I know you want to cut nets down and stuff, but you got to get there first. How do you guys feel physically and mentally as you make that stretch toward the playoffs?
We've been dealing with some sicknesses, but going forward, we just got to keep playing how we do, and keep having our guys together with the chemistry.
I know you were battling some, but you weren't going to miss this game, were you?
Of course not.
I knew it.
Yeah,
Coach Sinnott said, "Oh, he might not play." In my mind, I'm thinking, "Yeah, right. He's going to play. He's going to play." Hey, man, well, congrats on a good game.
Thank you.
Stick with me right here. My thanks to Cole Jernigan for sharing a few minutes with us, and congrats to Liberty for the win. And that's our post-game show. CM Sport has a big event coming up next Friday and Saturday with exclusive coverage of the County Wrestling Championships from Westminster High School. We'll be streaming the Junior Varsity Tournament on Friday the 16th, and then the Varsity Tournament, both co-ed and girls, on the 17th. Tune in for all the action if you can't make it to Westminster High School for the Wrestling Championships. Be sure to catch all of our high school sports content online on Facebook and YouTube, as well as our website at cmsportsnet.com. And you can watch us, as always, on cable channel HD 1086. Thanks again, everybody, for Doug Goff and Cole Jernigan. I'm Pat Stetzer, and we'll see you next time.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg for lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.